Look at this, man. Look at this. Hmm? Get a lot going. I'll show you the break. We'll print results first. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Armstrong Williams Show. Thank you so much for joining us. Brent Bozell, how are you today? We're still waiting for Brent Bozell. Milo, how are you? Still waiting for Milo. Today, Brent Bozell is our guest. We're going to talk about his new book, Collusion. It's one of the outrageous examples of the media colluding with President Obama during the last 2012 election, how the media stole 2012. Brett Bozell is joining us, and Milo Pinckney will be joining us. I'm Armstrong Williams. Milo, how are you doing, brother? Yes, I hear you. Are you serious? I mean, carjack? How's that possible in Georgia? Dying times two. So was he in some isolated area? And the guy had a gun. That would make me so angry, Milo. Just angry. Such anger. And those had to be some harrowing moments of his life. But at least he has his life. They'll track him down. Yeah, it's sad. We're expecting Brett Bozell, but he's not with us yet, so we'll just move on. You know, Milo, I gotta tell you, we're moving further away from the economic turnaround that we all have been expecting. Even though the stock market is off the chains, politicians should really pay more attention to the stock market, whether it's up or down. What do you think it indicates to us about our country and economy? It's just the market is doing well. I play the market. I'm sure you play the market. I mean, I CW.
I play the market a tad bit. I would love to get more involved, considering I would like to build my financial stability. But stock market has always seemed like a volatile institution to me, something that I wouldn't always put all my chips into. Never. But there's this exactly. Yeah.
What do you consider, and how do you define the middle class? So they're just hanging on? Maybe they don't have enough substance to follow the story consistently without explanation. Wow. Well,
This makes me nervous. I'm much younger, so I don't have much to compare it to. But I just knew once we as a country lost our AAA credit rating to AA, that was a huge wake up call for myself. I mean, it put everything in perspective in terms of the overall condition of our economy, and it is an obvious reflection of the citizens that make up our country. We've all taken a step back or been knocked down a couple notches, not just our government.
And you may have miscalculated. You may have miscalculated.
Nope. Yeah.
And that's why people continue to ignore it.
I think an accurate picture. No. No. They're expensive. And make you pay for it up front. Yeah.
One 866-801-8255. I'm man Milo Pinckney, Charlton Woodyard. We're coming back. Much more on the Armstrong Williams Show. Don't go away. We'll be back. So look, I want you to write out all the expenses you have coming up. The 560, the stuff for the t-shirts, everything else is conceivable. I just need to write. Put that on a piece of paper, fold it for me. I want to see that. Okay.
Armstrong Williams expresses what we mean by conservative traditional values.
And welcome back to the broadcast, and thank you for joining us, Milo Pinckney. Let me see if our guest is joining us. Tom Fleming, are you on the line? No, I guess Tom Fleming is not on the line. This is a strange little day, CW. Strange day. Do you think that Wall Street, we don't hear as much corruption about it as we had in the past. Do you think they've learned their lesson, Milo? Help me. You don't think they know any other way, or they don't want to know the other way? I want you to make this case because I know a lot of young entrepreneurs who are turned off with taxes and keeping receipts, and they're just first starting out. Make the argument why taxes and being organized and making sure your taxes are paid and you itemize and you get all your write-offs, especially when you don't own a home or any real asset in the beginning, just what the government can do to you once that process is there and your accountant is doing your taxes and you don't have any assets to sort of set off these the other expenditures that you've had. But why would they? I mean, it is critical that you pay your taxes because you can't avoid it. It's unavoidable.
And it's not going to be one of them. Not as a good citizen of a country. In a great country, I know it's going to look criminalized responsibility. I understand that tax bill is enough to that means I am not going to come up with somebody else's money. Actually, I'm going to come up because I have to learn how to tax and I recognize that taxes I pay are my share of the investment before you take out.
I'm just glad. Did you?
Yeah, I am a fresh young entrepreneur, and taxes have seemed like a daunting, a daunting thing that looms over the head of young entrepreneurs, and we try to do our best to make sure that we're keeping receipts and keeping track of expenditures and things of that nature. But considering again, I took my accounting class, but it's a matter of it being its own daunting task in itself. So today, for example, I'm meeting with the accountant, and we're going to work on systems so that I do a better job of keeping track of all these things. But it just seems like so much to keep every receipt, and to keep a account of every amount that you spend on every little thing. But like you just said, yeah,
There are basically implementing a whole bunch of very good high-speed production units.
okay,
Well, what have a 13-inch window production scanner. Taking acquisition and the receipt, nesting it, file sourcing it, scanning. Either save the hard copy, file it, otherwise shred it.
okay,
Scan it, document, whatever,
mhm,
where you're using for your financial activity. Actually, pay that bill, actually pay that bill. Scan document. Mistake, stick it in the box, do something later next time.
nope,
But now, 5 receipts a day, plus 6 receipts a day,
yeah.
You know what? Taxes are burdensome. Is burdensome to so many people. Why is it that the taxes are burdensome to so many people, Milo?
mainly because most people avoid it. And they create the circumstances to make it work. They procrastinate, they delay, manage to start and they leave it until the last minute when the mountain is massive. So that they skate through it each need it there. It costs them a second time. It's like anything else. And just like the discipline that you put on moral activity, that's what it does. In order to get that discipline, it comes with the territory. You can't eat without it coming out the other end. That's the power. Part of the law.
Makes sense.
And I hear the claims about it from all of us. Somebody not get concerned about it, but more than Congress did last year when they had to disallocate the state marital budget, or the administration squanders it, the more upset you are with everybody. But again, as bad as our situation is, it's the best that there is in the world. And quite frankly, we have the opportunity to do that.
To put up a shingle just about anywhere and create a business. And as much as
And you can make a business in America out of taxes.
that's true.
I had a guy, not too bad, collecting power
from bottle caps. Is it all show? Is it all show? Yeah. Milo, hold there. Hold there. We're coming back up Armstrong Williams. Don't go away. Tell Alex to come in here and sit with me so I don't fall asleep. Thanks. Charlton.
Yes, sir.
Your student loan is not going to be no 11.26 next week. Next month's back down to 5 something.
5-6. You said this month.
No, God, that's just not right.
That's what we paid. That was this month.
No, I didn't ask you to put what we paid. I asked you to put what you have outstanding. We'll do that when you come back. Come on.
Okay.
Just go ahead and come back. Safe driving. Yeah, stay here with me while I fall asleep.
No, I understand.
Did you tell him? Is he out there?
Who, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out there.
Tell him none of his guests called in.
None of them called
None
in?
of them. Open that door. Aaron.
Yeah.
None of your guests called in.
I sent them emails and the phone numbers and stuff.
Yeah, I sent the confirmation for
Yeah, I got confirmed from.
All I'm doing is telling him nobody called in. Turn off the lights in the office, man.
Me too. I didn't really get much sleep. Kept waking up. You got any sleep last night? You got any sleep last night?
What?
You got any sleep last night?
Yeah, that's not enough. I just drank that smoothie. It's a problem. Did you get any sleep?
I kept waking up. I don't know. I'm tired.
A living?
No, never that.
Milo, I hope no one takes this the wrong way. I don't know how you feel. I know you probably feel differently, but I got to tell you, I'm just so sick of hearing about race and this trial. I just wish we'd talk about something else. Why are people so obsessed with this? Am I missing something? Oh, I'm not discussing. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. how does boycotting Florida? This is where it lost me. How do these entertainers who produce these lyrics and misogynist and all this stuff? How could they in good conscience lead some kind of protest of Florida? I just don't get the hypocrisy here. But boycott Florida.
You set the baseline for the question. You validate the question by they get good consequences. That presumes that good consequences play the role. Suggest boycott and they encourage others to no other reason than to bring greater attention and exploit the circumstances. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We embrace our brokenness.
I just.
Many mainstream institutions play below the common.
And yet it divides us. It doesn't bring us closer together. It balkanizes us. It makes us think that we're different, and we're not.
You know that. I know that. But that's because you're meeting with intellect. Deep emotion comes with it.
Why is it that some communities progress at a far slower rate than others?
Well, I assume you're talking about the West.
I'm just talking about communities. I'm just curious because I don't think it's about race. I just think it's more, maybe it's a cult.
One that I
It all boils down to also to a mindset, the mindset that you're in. A lot of improvements haven't been made because so many of us are still in the mindset that they cannot excel. They believe that this is their place to be at the bottom, which is a very foolish mindset to be in because everybody has their right to excel and live their dreams. And as soon as people wake up and start to hold themselves to a higher standard, I'm referring a lot mostly to the African American community, as soon as they reevaluate their beliefs and, start working towards a better future, not much progress will really be made.
You know, every time I hear middle class describe our community, African American, I almost want to laugh. You realize that when Charles Lee went out to meet the origin of their touch and his racism went on my dad in Europe, he didn't find it here. He went to Africa and that's where he found the origin. Where he found the origin of black. So the blonde
It's true. The media does a very good job with categorizing us and even making subcategories.
No. I'm not letting you off the hook that easy. Blame it on somebody else. It's coming out of your mouth. And while I appreciate and respect what you're doing, my young brother, stop. From this day forward, let it be the last time you identify yourself.
Oh, well, I don't. Oh no, I see myself as an American. I do see myself as American. But I'm saying a lot of other people still believe in these subcategories as African American, Caribbean American. We're all Americans because we're all immigrants. And we need to stop. It shouldn't be, America shouldn't try and be so divided. We should come together as one people.
Who benefits financially most, more in a powerful position to continue this perceived divisiveness and this continued racial dialogue, Milo, in your opinion?
Well, I think our financial institutions constitute on great. Although they deny redlining, we're doing it in some ways with credit profiles mechanisms in the right insurance. As a result, disproportionate sex, our national and extricated from the nature and identified as a bigger risk as a result they pay higher insurance rates. We see the same thing in lending practices. And we don't redline anymore. And risk assess based upon the trend now. The same thing. So what we're doing is our financial community, let's not forget our advertising from years ago. And we forced to admit that by we did purpose their ads, rivalry, family between minorities in the United States, right, is one of the we designed that to represent a family coming out of subdistricts, walking into their brownstone in an urban setting. And that can
Yes, this is Alex speaking.
What is
You did not receive a call.
We're going to come back to that because Jonathan Williams, Rich States, Poor States, is finally joining us. Jonathan, welcome to the show and thank you for joining us. You know, your paper goes through some of what your critics are saying, and some of these charges, some would say, are ridiculous. They actually claim that higher birth rates and Hispanic immigration caused the higher economic growth in red states. How in the world do they justify something like this, and how do you respond to something like that? Hold there, Jonathan. We're going to take a break and come back with Milo Picnic. Don't go away, and we'll pick up on your answer upon our return. Don't go away. So what happened?
It was Fleming's publisher.
And what?
He was trying to find. They were trying to find out why they weren't called.
They were not supposed to be called. They were supposed to call the studio.
They're supposed to call the studio.
Yeah.
Okay, I included in the email. Please call just in case, but
It's on
nobody made
them.
the call, and they didn't get the call. So
Hey, man, you got to try to schedule your time in the bathroom when we're not on the air because these phone rings off the hook and these guests calling who've not been on the air. You got to be around these phones. These guests are calling because none of your guests called in and they've been calling here and he's jumping out there to answer the phone.
that was Fleming. The publisher was trying to figure out why they didn't get the call.
They don't ever get the call. They get the call if they're on the 6 o'clock hour. They have to call here if it's the 4 o'clock hour. But go ahead, we're back on that. Let's just get back in it. So, let's do it. Oh, Pastor Bernard called? Pastor Bernard called?
Mm-hmm.
You told him I was on the air?
Yes, he said give him a call and you're off. You're free. On his cell.
How do we cut government spending? How do we reform healthcare? How do we simplify the tax code? The Heritage Foundation has a bold plan that tackles these tough problems using common sense solutions that leave partisan politics on the sidelines. Find out how we can save the American dream at savingthedream.org. Paid for by the Heritage Foundation. Sports, entertainment, and political celebrities meet. You're listening to Armstrong Williams.
And welcome back with our author, Jonathan Williams, Rich States, Poor States, and of course, Milo Pinckney and Alex Graham is joining us. You know, we were talking about this claim about higher birth rates. Please continue, Jonathan.
Right, well, the groups on the left are just, at some points, look just silly when they try to figure out, that this growth happens between states for some unknown reason outside of what we know to be true economically from limited regulation, limited government, and lower competitive rates of taxation. In our research in Rich States, Poor States, along with Art Laffer and Steve Moore at the Wall Street Journal, every year we put this out as a publication to really show what some states are doing right, like Texas, states that actually people are going towards, and why some states are continuing to get things wrong. And I grew up not too far outside of Detroit, Michigan myself, and have witnessed the decline of Michigan over the last 50 to 60 years under liberal leadership. And it's really a no-brainer. This is the logical end of bad policy making, and that's really the basis of our work in states, poor states. This policy does matter, and states, these laboratories of democracy, have in mind that borders are porous across states, and that people and their capital move routinely from one state to another, and it just happens they keep voting towards those states that have more of a limited government, low tax philosophy.
Milo?
What do you add to
You know, Milo and I just talked about the tax system. Explain how bad California tax and regulatory climate is, and how that narrative about California's budget is being balanced is just bogus and just an outright lie.
Well, yeah, this is one of my favorites because, the New York Times has been tripping all over themselves for the last month or two now to sing the praises of Governor Jerry Brown and the local legislators out in California for somehow balancing this budget. Now, I'm sure that your listeners have been following this, but it's a complete ruse. It's
You know, the left like to say that there's no evidence that high taxes and regulations cause people and businesses to leave states. I mean, you look at New York, you look at California, but based on your publication, there's indisputable evidence that, in fact, for a burdensome tax and regulatory climate does cause people and business to leave, and like in California and other places, like New York.
Absolutely. I mean, our research across the state, laboratories of democracy, the research is very hard. I mean, even from a individual small business perspective. I mean, does anyone in their right mind think that by raising taxes and by increasing regulation, you're going to become more prosperous and you're actually going to be able to hire more people? Just from that small that small micro view of the world, and then taking that to the larger economy, is that, these elected officials on the left that think that you need to raise taxes to become more competitive, it'd be like telling GM or Ford you have to raise prices to become more competitive. It doesn't work that way. Taxes and regulation are the price of doing business in a particular state. If you raise the price of anything, going back to economics 101, you tax something more, you get less of it. And, that is certainly borne out by the statistics in our work.
Guys, we're out of time. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Good day, everybody.